Hey everyone, it's Vicky here from A Plus Teacher Club. So this morning I thought I would share with you my latest pack that I've been working on. It's for the working at home or working from home. Basically it's for those people who are not using Seesaw or anything digital. It's a paper pack that parents can do to help their kids. So this is about percentages, and in this pack there's a set of little dice games where basically to play all you do is roll the dice and then you follow the track down to the end. So if you roll a 1 on this one, you come to the first section and the student will colour in the word 10%. This version, this sheet, is to help students with writing percentages in words, using fractions and decimals, so they're familiar with what the written form looks like. So you've got the percentage word, you've got how you might say it, 0.1, the fraction 1/10, and then 10/100ths. So 1/10 and 10/100ths come under the same fraction formation because it's two ways. And then finally a little diagram for them to complete. So that's game 1. Game 2, again, you have your dice, you roll your dice. If you roll a 2, you go to this section here, and it's the different representations here of percentages. So you've got 0.2, also 20/100, 2/10, 1/5, and we've basically gone down the way where you're simplifying them so the kids can see the progression, and then a diagram for them to draw. So colour. And on this section here, they've got to be mindful of how they split for the 25%, how you split this diagram, because it's got to be an equal part. So if they're splitting across here, it's not equal. So then you roll the dice again, you might get a number of 4, so you go to the 50, and so you progress all the way through. The next one is for them to show the percentage amount on grids, and we've done it so in this way they colour each grid differently to realise that 10% doesn't have to be just in a line coloured in. It can be dotted all over the place and still be 10% or 20, etc. And we've done it in the same colour, so a bit of a rainbow theme going on here. Again, a different diagram, but for the percentages, so you can see this is split into tenths, so it's a little bit trickier for the 25%. You've got to think about where they'll split this diagram. And then this model here, which is the rectangle model, and then a mixture of all the models. And again, it's just so the students can see that it doesn't have to be coloured in the same way for it to show 50%. It doesn't have to be just half, 5 of these. It could be one, miss one colour, one, miss one colour. It can be all different ways. Then we've got a page about money. So the students have to colour in 25% in this row in using yellow. So if you roll the dice, you get a 3. You've got an amount here to show 25%. Roll it again, you might get a 6, so then you have to colour in this amount. So you've got 3 different amounts there, and a question, what percent of each amount did you colour in? So they'll colour different numbers, but will they know what percent? Well, it should have been 10% for each one. And number 8, you've got how to convert fractions into decimals and percentages. It's linking them up for them. So if you roll the dice, you colour in the number 10/100, which also means 10 divided by 100, and use a calculator to do this, and you'll see it converts to 0.1. And then if you do 0.1 times 100, use your calculator to write your answer down here. Sheet number 9 is a mixture of the fraction, a number line, and a model. So the students will fill these in or circle where the missing fractions. So here we're doing 10%, so where it would be, and they've also got it as a decimal. And number 10 is a little way to help them learn how to convert from fractions to decimals, decimals to percentages, etc. Again, you roll the dice, you colour in the square that you land on, and then you work your way through, and this one requires an answer. So these are for parents to do at home with their children, and there's answer sheets too, of course, and then also we've got some dice patterns that they can cut out and make, or make their own, or actually just use a normal dice game. Okay, they're loaded on the website today, free for our members who have already signed up. If you've not signed up, have a little look and see what you think. Enjoy.